Gen friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Who are kind, who are large-hearted, who are courageous. And we also know them as the bravest of the brave. These are the true Sikhs. They didn't say anything at all. After that, they just kept quiet because he had killed so many Chinese. Read about General Sagat Singh and you'll know. You need General Sagat Singh today. Gen friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Now my friends, the Indian Independence Day was celebrated all over the world. We had the flag on the Burj Khalifa and the Pakistanis did not have the flag on the Burj Khalifa. So apparently the Pakistanis were quite disgusted and disappointed and they said everything that there was to be said, and they also said Pakistan Zindabad, by the way, but they said that we have been tremendously let down by the government of Dubai and they should do something. They should put the Pakistani flag. Now there are two ways of getting the Pakistani flag on Burj Khalifa. Just two ways. Either, the government of Dubai respects you, or the government of UAE respects you, which apparently they don't because you're always asking them for money or you pay for it. So, you don't have the money to pay for it and you don't have the honor and respect. So, very difficult, almost impossible to see the Pakistani flag. But later on, there was a lot of objection and apparently some phone calls were made from Islamabad to Dubai requesting them that we are Muslims, you're Muslims, everybody in this world is a Muslim, let's be nice Muslims and please put our flag because we are getting a lot of flack because of the flag. We are getting flack and please put up our flag. So in the evening, sometime after sunset, the Pakistani flag was put up on the Burj Khalifa, on the facade of the Burj Khalifa, and this was on the evening of the 14th of August. Which is day before yesterday. So then the Pakistanis were a little mollified and, it was put off for some time and the Pakistanis said, oh, we have been respected. There was a lot of feet touching, bowing, scraping, requesting, begging before the Dubai authorities did that. They should have put it up at midnight, but they did not, to pass a message to the Pakistanis that you have been begging enough. There isn't very much that we can do. However, the Indian, the Indian flag was put up and the Indian Independence Day was celebrated with pomp all over the world. In India, what the Prime Minister said, we covered it yesterday. Here are some images of Indian Armed Forces veterans who were honored by the Consul General of India in Toronto. And there was a huge function held and you see all these Sikhs there. These are veterans of the Indian Armed Forces and these are Sikhs. You can see by their lovely turbans and their formal dressing and the medals that some of them are wearing on their chest. What is this? My friends, this is the true face of Sikhs. This is the vast majority, 99% of the Sikhs, who are hardworking, who are gracious, who are kind, who are large-hearted, who are courageous. And we also know them as the bravest of the brave. These are the true Sikhs. When Khalistanis claim to be Sikhs, I feel very bad because Khalistanis are imposters. They're not Sikhs. Anybody who wears a turban cannot be a Sikh. The meaning of being a Sikh has to be much, much deeper than just wearing a turban. I can buy a turban. I can buy something from the market and does that make me a Sikh? No. You have to have, being a Sikh is about character. It is about character, it is about conduct. It is about how you conduct yourself, your deportment, how you treat other people, to what moral standards, you ask from yourself, not from others, from yourself. What kind of seva, what kind of service do you do to the people who are less fortunate? That is what Sikhism is about. These Khalistanis are frauds. They claim to be Sikhs, but they're not Sikhs. Khalistanis are not Sikhs, right? The photographs, I would request the editor to show the photographs again. This is true Sikhi. These are true Sikhs. And I salute them. I salute their valor. I salute their service to the country. And I salute their spirit of patriotism. Sir, we're very, very grateful, sir. Very grateful to you. Now, coming to another news, ladies and gentlemen, what has happened is that, another round of talks has happened. The Corps Commanders talks, this time they happened. Moldo Garrison is the chosen place where it usually happens. So it happened in the Moldo Garrison and it happened for 2 days on the trot, which means that it's never happened for 2 days before. It's always happened morning till night. This time they said that we will do something about it. This time they said that we will try to find a solution sooner. I'll tell you what the Chinese actually need. Long back, and In the Indian Army, of course, the officer I'm going to talk about, the general I'm going to be talking about is a legend in the Indian Army. He's an absolute legend, and when his name is taken, jaws drop, because he was that sort of a officer and a general. But most of the civilians would not know him. His name was General Sagat Singh. He was a Lieutenant General of the Indian Army. He's the hero of Nathula. He's the hero of 1971 war. And they say, because I'm, in fact, in terms of seniority, I'm very, very junior. I'm very junior. So I've never had the honor and privilege of meeting and shaking hands with a giant like Lieutenant General Sagat Singh. But people in the army, my seniors used to say that, the Indian Army has never produced a finer wartime general. General Sagat Singh was made for operations. And you know what he did? In 1997, when the Chinese were getting a little too itchy and trying to grab Indian territory, he asked the artillery to open up. The artillery opened up. And dozens upon dozens of Chinese soldiers were killed. And that taught the Chinese such a lesson that they just kept quiet. They didn't say anything. They didn't say anything at all. After that, they just kept quiet because he had killed so many Chinese. Read about General Sagat Singh and you'll know. You need General Sagat Singh today. All these talks with the Chinese, they're not going to solve anything because the Chinese are using these talks to make themselves stronger. For them, this is a lull period. They were shocked by the Indian response. And we are making the mistake of believing that because we are decent, the Chinese are decent as well. The Chinese are not decent. They never have been. The Chinese are betrayers. They are backstabbers. Their best friends are the Pakistanis. No, I will not say much more. The Chinese are backstabbers. They said Hindi Chini bhai bhai and then they attacked us after assuring us that we are brothers. This is what happened in 1962. So, what I'm going to tell you is this, very honestly and very simply, what you need to do is hammer the Chinese. When you have dropped 50 or 100 of them, they will come to their senses. The Chinese need a thrashing from the Indian Army. All these talks and all, no, it's not. What will happen? Let's say you have a talk with the Chinese. And this is in the news, therefore I'm discussing this is the latest news that we have for the day. You say, okay, we agree on this. The Chinese sign, the Indians sign, and that document becomes an agreement. Right? 5 such agreements in the past the Chinese have violated. What is the sanctity of the 6th document? If this document gets signed, what will be the sanctity of this document? The Chinese do not respect decency, they respect strength. And if you have the strength to hammer the Chinese, please hammer the Chinese. They will love you, they will respect you, they will dance to your tunes, they will do whatever you wish for them to do. The Chinese respond to fear. They don't respond to decency and respect. They respond to fear. Fear is what we must give the Chinese, and then the Chinese will behave themselves. It has been done in the past. I'm not saying something from the top of my hat. This has been done. I named the general officer also, Lieutenant General Sagat Singh. General Sagat Singh understood the Chinese mind. And General Sagat Singh was like that. He spoke that language only to everybody. The enemies of India. He spoke that kind of language. General Sagat Singh knew exactly how to get the Chinese on the back foot. And his funda was very simple and he did that. He said, kill enough Chinese and they'll go on the back foot. That's it. He knew what to do. Hammer them enough and they will go back. He did it. The Chinese went back. You need that same attitude. You need a General Sagat Singh today. This problem, I'm telling you, this is what the Chinese respect. And he knew it and he gave it to them. You need to give it back to them right now. Everything will be okay. So ladies and gentlemen, in Kashmir, there were Tiranga Yatras and thousands upon thousands, some say lakhs of Kashmiris came out on the road. And they celebrated with great patriotic fervor. And this says, it is a moment of joy for us that we are celebrating Independence Day. At Ghantaghar, it's a matter of pride that our Kashmir is changing. I want to tell Pakistan that we are here in Kashmir with the tricolor in our hands. Look at the Independence Day celebrations. Even the mindset of stone pelters has changed. They are also here celebrating with us. It is the result of abrogation of Article 370. Earlier, Pakistan's flag used to hoist atop Ghantaghar, but now India's flag is there. So this is, you see, I have always maintained, and I have said it in my previous videos, you kill the terrorists. In Kashmir, kill the terrorists, shoot down the terrorists, eliminate the terrorists, that's all fine. But always remember, the locals you have to win over. And that can't be done by using Rashtriya Rifles battalions. Once you win over, and the Indian Army has been singularly successful Singularly successful in this. After launching Sadbhavna, Project Sadbhavna, there were so many corps commanders who carried Sadbhavna, understanding that Sadbhavna is crucial. You win over the hearts and minds of the locals. Once you win over the hearts, everything gets sorted out. You see, and today, with so much of developmental work being done in Kashmir, it is natural for the Kashmiris to understand that what Pakistan said about jihad and all that was simply propaganda. Look at the the occupied Kashmir area of Pakistan. The Pakistan has occupied that area. Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Look at that. There are no roads. There is hardly any internet. There are no good schools. There are no hospitals. There is no infrastructure. There is no airport. There is nothing there. There is absolutely nothing. Hardly any tourists come there. There is nothing there. People are just passing their days. There is great deal of despondency, great deal of depression there because there is nothing to do. For small little things, they have to go to Islamabad, they have to go to Lahore, they have to go to these big cities. There are no jobs there. So what should a local guy in POK do? But look at India. Kashmir is progressing, and this is why I tell everybody, people ask me, is Kashmir safe? Should we go to Kashmir or not? So I tell them, yeah, listen, Kashmir is so safe that when you want to catch a flight back from Srinagar to Delhi or Mumbai or wherever you're going, if you have to catch a flight back, please leave for the airport 4 hours in advance because you'll find it difficult to enter the airport. There are 2-3 kilometer long traffic jams. Those are the number of tourists coming to Kashmir and going. Last year, there were slightly less than 2 crore tourists. 1.6, 1.7 crore tourists. That is how popular Kashmir is among global tourists, among Indian tourists. Is Kashmir safe? Absolutely. There is no question about it. I go every second month. I roam around freely. There is no problem. There is absolutely no problem in Kashmir. Come to Kashmir. Beautiful people, beautiful food, beautiful environment, beautiful everything. Enjoy yourself. Kashmir mein aapka swagat hai. Welcome to Kashmir. And the last news for the day, ladies and gentlemen, is with the journey so far having gone exactly as planned, Chandrayaan 3, whose orbit circulation phase begins with the completion of the lunar bound maneuver on August 14th, is expected to enter 100-kilometer circular orbit after another operation planned for 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday, August 16th. Today is August 16th, so 8:30 a.m., which means it's already happened, right? It's already happened and it has entered into that 100-kilometer circular lunar orbit. Now, in a few days, there is going to be touchdown. Chandrayaan is going to touch down. And as India and the world waits with bated breath, we hope with the grace of God, with the grace of Mahadev, we will see a soft landing of Chandrayaan and the rover going out and doing its job. And we are all here to celebrate. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you liked this video. And if you did, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon, especially those of you who watch our videos but do not subscribe. Why in God's name should you do that? Please subscribe. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata ki Jai.